Pakistan may be facing one of its toughest economic crises in years, but that hasn't stopped Islamabad from spending millions of dollars to strengthen its influence in Washington. At a time when soaring fuel prices, inflation, and economic uncertainty are putting pressure on ordinary Pakistanis, the government has signed a new lobbying contract in the US worth $1.2 million over the next 2 years. According to filings under the US Foreign Agents Registration Act, Pakistani embassy in Washington has hired Ervin Graves Strategy Group, a firm led by former Republican Congressman Tom Graves. The deal will cost Islamabad $50,000 every month to advance Pakistan's diplomatic, economic, and strategic interests in the US capital. The firm's mission is extensive, from engaging members of Congress and executive agencies to influencing think tanks, media outlets, and policy experts. The goal is to improve Pakistan's image and strengthen its standing in Washington. A key objective is preserving Pakistan's status as a major non-NATO ally while promoting the country as a reliable partner in counter-terrorism and regional security. The firm will also help organize meetings, policy discussions, and high-level engagements involving American lawmakers and Pakistani officials. But this is only part of a much larger lobbying effort. Reports suggest Pakistan is currently spending between $10 and $12 million every year on lobbying activities in the United States. Last year alone, Islamabad hired multiple firms, including one linked to the US President Donald Trump's inner circle. The spending comes at a difficult time for Pakistan's economy. The ongoing conflict in West Asia and disruptions around the Strait of Hormuz have pushed fuel costs higher. Nearly 90% of Pakistan's oil and LNG imports pass through the strategic waterway. Inflation remains elevated while the country continues to depend heavily on IMF assistance and international loans. Critics argue that Islamabad is prioritizing expensive influence campaigns abroad while struggling with economic challenges at home. Former diplomats and strategic analysts have questioned whether these lobbying efforts will deliver meaningful returns, especially as Washington remains focused on conflicts involving Iran, Ukraine, and tensions in the South China Sea. For Pakistan, the calculation appears clear. The question now is whether this multi-million-dollar investment in American lobbying will translate into tangible gains for Islamabad or become another costly burden on an already strained economy. With Sharik Shah, Bureau Report, India Today Global.